No one is buying concert tickets, and it's freaking me out.
To the epidemic spreading across the music industry, have you heard of the so-called blue dot fever?
Blue dot fever.
What is blue dot fever?
Blue dot fever
There's been a rash of a whole bunch of major artists that are playing arenas, canceling. We've had Meghan Trainor cancel her entire tour. Post Malone with Jelly Roll canceling his entire tour.
The average primary market concert ticket now costs more than $132, a 38% increase since 2019.
Why doesn't Gen Z want to do this? Why is Gen Z killing this industry? People want to have lives, they just can't, because they don't have any money.
People have had major price fatigue. Prices have continued to climb.
If you don't have enough A-list artists, A-list musicians to sustain it, then you risk having empty seats and empty nights.
So if you don't like live music, don't talk to me. Because whenever I can, I try to catch a concert. Be it a small punk venue or the once-in-a-while stadium show, it's usually money well spent for me. And I'd even hazard to assume that you agree with me. So then why the hell is no one buying tickets to shows anymore? If you've tried buying tickets to a concert recently, you may have noticed the sea of blue dots indicating available seats. And these are available seats for big-name artists. In fact, there are so many unsold seats that big-name artists like Post Malone and Jelly Roll are starting to cancel their tours, if not just a couple of shows. This blue dot fever, as it's been coined, has affected the music industry so much that RFK Jr. is starting to discredit it.
You know, I used to snort cocaine off of toilet seats.
I kid, but let's take a look at this blue dot fever phenomenon. And should we just start with the elephant in the room? Everything is expensive. Long story short, some boomers that were friends with a certain New York financier decided that we needed a brand new spanking war and that affordability is just a hoax. And so now it costs even more to go see Meghan Trainor. I do think there is a bit more to it than just that, but when you look at blue dot fever from a strict dollar and cents lens, videos like this do a pretty good job at explaining the situation all these artists and fans are dealing with right now.
I feel like the reason all these artists are canceling their tours, Meghan Trainor, Post Malone, etc., it's not because their music sucks. People will watch anything. It's the same reason why movie theaters are dying. It's the same reason why no one's having any kids. It's the same reason why no one will ever have a house. And it's because no one has any fucking money. Did we just forget that? Why is there always some think piece about, oh, why doesn't Gen Z want to do this? Why is Gen Z killing this industry? People want to have lives, they just can't, because they don't have any fucking money. You think we want to live like this? You think we want to own nothing, and all we have is maybe a little subscription here and there, and eat like shit? No! That's all we can do! You just strangle us our whole lives, and you're like, why aren't you breathing? Why don't you want to breathe? What? You're doing this! You're charging more and more for everything, but you're not paying more! This whole country is just a couple greedy billionaires going, give me more! But it's not enough, because it'll never be enough!
And he's not wrong. Even smaller venues are seeing higher prices. These smaller artists may not have the same levels of stage production and overall costs like stadium show acts do, but it still costs money to drive that Dodge ProMaster from Des Moines to Columbus. And like most things these days, that cost is passed on to you and me, the consumer. If you happen to live in a town where there's an arena or a stadium, you may be able to negate some of the other costs by taking public transit or eating at home before the event. But the reality is a lot, if not most, attendees to these larger stadium shows are coming from out of town and pouring in at least one entire day into these attractions. Some travel far enough that they need lodging, and I can't even imagine booking a hotel to go see Jelly Roll. I hate staying in hotels just period because it just costs too much money and it's very seldom worth it. And if I had to pay $300 to see Jelly Roll, I don't know what I would do. Maybe, but that's the problem. Maybe it's a bargain for you. And also, if you've been to a stadium show, you know that if you sit in the nosebleeds way high up, it usually sounds like bitter sour ass.
Like a bitter sour ass.
See, before it was the fans who got FOMO'd, we can't afford material objects anymore, so now we need to flex our experiences, and then that drives some of the attraction to these larger shows. But it seems as though too many artists think they can put just as many asses in seats, and I think it's delusional. Now, I could see Post Malone selling out maybe a few football stadiums, depending on the location, but Meghan Trainor was supposed to be playing in basketball arenas, and there just wasn't any way that was going to happen. She cited she needed to focus on family, which, hey, if that's true, more power to you. You got a nice, beautiful family starting with Junie from Spy Kids.
I'm the guy!
Or maybe she canceled the tour, realizing she was a pavilion act in an arena act world. And a similar thing happened with the Pussycat Dolls. They canceled the US leg of their tour after flying just a little too close to the sun. But at least they were honest as to why they canceled their US dates. They just couldn't sell the tickets, saying they canceled it after taking an honest look at the North American section of their tour. It may have also helped the marketing for the tour if this didn't happen.
How did you arrive at that decision?
Well, I mean, listen, we are so, as women today.
I mean, it has been an ever-changing lineup, and, you know, this is what it looks like now in 2026, and you never know.
That's a tough go. We're not all public speakers. I'm not even a public speaker. I'm just talking to my camera here, so I feel you, Nicole. I do. I really do. All of this to say that there are still great shows and concerts going on, but people are definitely more selective now than they ever have been. Like me, I love festivals. Put me in a huge ass field with 100,000 smelly ass people as we pay $20 for an IPA waiting for Megadeth to play. I'm in. I love that shit. Festivals do really get you a great bang for your buck if there's a good number of artists that you want to see, and despite there being some really good festivals this year, I just couldn't justify the price for the ticket. Like Sonic Temple's going on in Columbus right now. That's like 2 hours away from me. I can't do it. I'm sorry, MCR. I just can't see it. And that's including the lodging and the food and just everything else associated with going to a festival. So my big ticket show this year is going to be seeing Foo Fighters, Queens of the Stone Age, and Mannequin Pussy at the football stadium in Cleveland, and that's like in August. I found a pretty good deal for 2 tickets on the floor of a stadium, and after seeing Foo Fighters before, I'm pretty confident it'll be money well spent. Still, any other year, I would have forked over the cash for a festival or a couple other big stadium shows, but it's just not in the cards for a lot of us. And also, this doesn't just affect music. All events everywhere, sports, plays, they're going through similar things. Like, I'm a huge baseball fan, and I've been really lucky because I like going to see the Cleveland Guardians, and they've historically had really cheap tickets compared to the rest of the league. But this year, the prices for tickets for the cheapest seats went up by $15 to $20 depending on the game. Like, the benefit of living in Ohio is that it's fucking cheap, and we don't have that anymore. What am I still doing here? Why do I live in Ohio? Thankfully, you can still bring in food, so next time I go to a game, I'm just bringing in like 20 hot dogs. So tell me what you think. Have you foregone any concert this year because of the price, or you just didn't find the artist to be that worth it? Or have you already been more selective about the shows you do plan on going to? Let me know down in the comments. Also, click all the links down in my description. They're really fun. Some lead to my Patreon if you want to see videos like this before they come out on YouTube. Lots of tiers and perks and shit like that. But with all that said, I've been Jerry Bees. You've been awesome. Take it easy.
Diggity dog. Breaking. Diggity dog. Breaking. Diggity dog. Breaking. Diggity dog.